Yeah, g'day everyone. Just wanted to do a little bit of an update video here on the DIY dive shaft I made for my Excalibur. When I left off in the last video there, one of the things I was a little bit unsure about was the actual arm cuff, and so I fitted the one that was off the original shaft, and apart from not looking really flash, it also didn't prove to be very comfortable because it was sitting right against the shaft, whereas this handle is actually raised. That point there is 15 millimeters above that, so you had an angle which wasn't very comfortable. What I finished up doing with that was I utilised some aluminium channel just here, and I don't know if you can see from the end there, the channel, just inverted it over the, well, as you can see there. For the cuff itself, I used a piece of 90mm stormwater pipe, and then just attached it with some stainless steel screws to the aluminium channel, and then put some stainless steel bolts, so they're not holding the plastic in place as such. They're going straight through the plastic and holding the channel through this top piece of tubing, and that just sort of helps locate the arm cuff, and then the stainless steel screws hold it in place. I then just got some self-adhesive Velcro, stuck it on there, had some nylon webbing that I had laying around the place, put the female side of the Velcro onto the webbing. What I had to use for that was even though it's self-adhesive, it didn't stick to the webbing very well, so I just put a little bit of super glue onto the webbing and restuck this back on. So it goes on there, sits nicely. I made myself a little mesh bag here. This is just, I can't remember where I got it from. I think it was one of those little sort of the mesh bags that when you buy a cheap mask and fin set, that they come in. So I just cut that down to size, stitched it up, stitched it onto some neoprene that I had laying around, and I never throw stuff out. This zip is actually from an old pair of dive boots I had. When they wear out, I like to keep the zips out of them because they're nice waterproof zips. So I just attached that with a cable tie on there, so I utilise that for just when I'm going along. I can just drop my coins in there. Anything more delicate, like old rings or anything that looks old, I have a separate neoprene pouch that I have on my BC that goes in there, just to ensure that, like rings for example, that if the stone falls out, I'm not going to lose it out through the mesh, or things aren't going to get knocked around by the coins and damaged. So that's that part. There's another underwater detectorist, Digging Rings, from the States, and he's been giving me some really good feedback. He puts out some really good videos as well, if you check those out. And he sort of prompted me. I use this knob guard on my normal shaft when I'm beach detecting, and so when I made this, I utilised the little push-in buttons that come standard, and so I've just modified it, and it was about a minute job to simply pull the buttons out and replace them with stainless steel bolts with wing nuts on. And I use the same bolts and wing nuts on my normal shaft that I use on the beach as I do with this knob guard, and I've fitted that. So Digging Rings suggested I put that on there, which was really good. Appreciate that advice. So that's that set up. I guess one of the other things I did was I also found the length between the hand grip to the coil was a little bit short. It just felt a little bit stubby. So I extended that. You'll have to excuse this. I've actually still got the coil set up to my normal beach detecting shaft. So I had this lower shaft from an old Minelab detector that I had from years ago, and so I've just utilised that. So that's probably extended the coil distance about an extra 100mm or 4 inches along. I'm probably going to modify that. Digging Rings has also suggested that because of the coil being in proximity to the aluminium shaft here, it may not be giving me optimal performance. So I'm kind of looking at maybe getting some carbon fibre tube down the line, but at the moment it's serving me well. Yeah. So I think just these couple of modifications I'm pretty happy with. Performance-wise, it feels really comfortable underwater. Really happy with that. And yeah, so I just wanted to do this little bit of an update for you guys for that. Maybe looking at making something like this down the track. A couple of little things to look at there with the with the hand grip and the height of the arm cuffs there. As I said, big thanks to Digging Rings for giving me some tips there. Really good of him. And yeah, hopefully I will see you guys when I put up another video of me hopefully using this. So until then, bye for now.